Welcome everyone to this Age of Empires 4 build order tutorial for the Byzantines, and today we're going to go for a second town center expansion. And as usual, we queue up villagers in our town center. We're going to take 5 out of the first 6 villagers to go to sheep, and we take the remaining last villager to build a cistern, to build a house, and then to go to gold. We're going to take our scout out and about to find as many sheep as possible, and the first villager that comes out from the town center will go to gold. That will give you 5 villagers on food, and 2 villagers heading out to gold, eventually at least. And then what we will be doing is getting the next 3 villagers from the town center to go to food, to give you 8 villagers on food, and 2 villagers on gold. Now the idea behind this build order is to go to the feudal age with the Imperial Hippodrome, getting that second town center as soon as possible, and then to be able to train the Byzantine horsemen. Not only that, you'll be able to continue to produce those horsemen constantly, and then add in an archery range for some archers, to add in some feudal age pressure. The Imperial Hippodrome is a great landmark for horsemen and cavalry alike. You can use the Triumph ability to boost up the attack of your cavalry, but also help them heal when they take a fight. Whilst we mentioned adding in archers afterwards, you can also equally add in some spearmen. In any case, depending on your army composition, whether that be horsemen and archers or horsemen and spearmen, at the end of the video I will put a little graphic on the screen showing you the villager breakdowns that you need on each resource to maintain constant production of both your town centers, your Imperial Hippodrome, and a secondary production building of your choice, whether that be the archery range or the barracks. In any case, now that you have 8 villagers on food and 2 villagers on gold, you're going to get the next 4 villagers from the town center to go to wood. Just bear in mind that at this point it's probably worth control grouping 2 villagers on gold in one control group, 2 villagers on food on another control group, and another 2 villagers on food in a separate control group. If you are not sure what a control group is, essentially it is actually assigning a number to the villagers that you've selected or the units you've selected so that you can easily cycle back to them. You can click that number on your keyboard and then it will select the units that you assigned to it. Equally, if you press that number twice, it takes the camera on your screen to where those units are located. In any case, now that we have got the 400 food and 200 gold that we needed to age up, we're going to take 2 villagers away from food to build our landmark, 2 villagers away from gold to go to wood, and then 2 villagers away from food to go to stone. We are now aiming to get 6 villagers on wood. Of course, we're getting the 4 from the town center, but we also took 2 villagers from gold, and that will give us 6 in total. After we have got 6 in total on wood, we are then going to send the next 4 villagers to stone. You will need to make sure you build a mining camp as soon as you hit 50 wood on that stone mine. It's usually at this point in the build order, when you have started the construction of your landmark, that I would recommend bringing your scout back to your base with the sheep that you've carried, within reason, because you'll want to start then exploring your enemy's base if you haven't already. If you already have, you still want to find out what your opponent is up to. Are they coming in with production buildings? Are they going to be putting in some pressure soon? Maybe they're on stone also to get their second town center. You'll need to find out. It's also important to consider where your other food economy might be, your berries, and think about where you may be placing your next town center. Now with the uptime for the Byzantines generally and how the meta is at the moment in Age of Empires 4, I would usually recommend getting that town center pretty close to home, maybe on the berries and that stone mine right there. Ideally, if you have a close deer pack, you can put the town center there, but it is a bit cautious. You've got to be cautious because it depends on the civilization matchup. If you're up against a civilization that has a lot of pressure in the feudal age, for example maybe the English, the Ottomans, the Mongols, and perhaps even the Rus, then you'll want to place that town center a little bit closer to home. If you're going up against an opponent who's going to be doing a second town center as well perhaps, and maybe has a little less pressure, maybe then you'll be able to justify going on the deer camp. In any case, you will need to secure a food source with that second town center, because if you're going for horsemen and archers, or even horsemen and spearmen, then you're definitely going to need a lot of food to come in for your town center to keep running. Now that we do have 6 villagers on stone, the next villagers from the town center will rally to food. We are about to age up, and this is where things get interesting. In order to make sure you don't overgather on stone, you'll need to make sure that you keep an eye on it. Wait until you have 930 stone remaining in that stone mine, and then pull those villagers away to the location of your second town center. You're going to build your second town center with 6 villagers that are on stone, but you can potentially add more if you feel you need to. The villagers that have built the landmark go back to food, and here it is. We're going to start building our town center. Now once you have started the construction of your town center, you'll need to take 2 villagers away from wood and to go to food. At this point, we want to aim to get 15 villagers on food, and then aim to get 10 villagers on wood. Once you've achieved that, 15 on food and 10 on wood, then you will want to aim to get 20 on food, and then consider going to gold with the villagers from your town centre. Using the gold, you can do various different things. You can get a blacksmith and get some all-important upgrades. You can also get economy upgrades, for example double broadaxe and wheelbarrow. With your excess wood for the Byzantines, you'll also want to build a mercenary house, get a contract, and also start producing units using your olive oil. Also, if your horsemen are getting good value, don't forget to consider researching expilatores from your Imperial Hippodrome. You'll need the gold for it. Once you do get it, your horseman damage will increase versus workers by +2. Also, workers killed by your horsemen will get a 20 gold reward. Also, you can even think about itching towards a castle age. In any case, you will need to make sure you're producing from both town centres, and you'll be able to maintain constant horseman production from your Imperial Hippodrome as soon as you've got to the next stage. If you didn't notice it there, as soon as you did get to the next stage as well, you can start training your horsemen from the Imperial Hippodrome. Have a look at the screen, you have a breakdown here to see what village accounts you will need on food and wood to be able to maintain production of horsemen and archers. I hope you guys enjoyed this build order tutorial for the Byzantines, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up because it helps on the YouTube algorithm side of things. Take care, and see you next time.